Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. As I sit here basking in the tropical climate of Thailand, it's a perfect time for us to release our long-awaited and first of our tropical LiveAway programs in Africa. Actually, not in Africa. We're going to be heading to the Mascarene Islands. You may not have heard of the term before, and unless you've been poking around on Google Earth or traveling in the southern part of the Indian Ocean, you wouldn't have probably come across this term before. The Mascarene Islands consists of the volcanic plateau, which is the Republic of Mauritius, and Île de Réunion, which is a department of France. So we're going to be spending 2 weeks on these two wonderful islands, 1 week in each, to uncover what this very remote, certainly as far as Canada is concerned, part of the world is all about. First of all, let's talk about Mauritius. Mauritius is an island that's dotted by some smaller former volcanoes. Today they're basically like hills, and it was founded about a little over 1,000 years ago, at the beginning part of the the end of the 10th century, I should say, by Dutch settlers. And since then has been under occupation by the French and the English and all the usual characters who travel around this part of the world. Today, the Republic of Mauritius is a fascinating country. And most people, European travelers in particular, will know it because of its spectacular beaches. People flock here because it is reputed to have some of the best, most beautiful beaches and turquoise water that you'll find anywhere as far as sun destinations is concerned. But obviously we have a lot of places that we can go to hang out at the beach that are a lot closer to home than Mauritius. But what I find fascinating is the combination of these two islands, and in particular the history and the culture in Mauritius, the influences of India and China, and of course Africa itself, all have played a role and show themselves up in the local culture and tradition in Mauritius. So like with any of our LiveAway programs, there's time to relax and soak up the sun, but also time to do some hikes and also get an insight into what the culture and history of this fascinating island is all about. The second island, as I mentioned, Île de Réunion, is a département. It's a region of France. So it's actually it's France. In fact, it's the southernmost part of the European Union, being part of France. And so when you arrive in the island, you're first of all struck by the incredible mountains, two volcanoes, which comprise the bulk of the landmass on the islands. And as you fly in, you notice this incredible viaduct that they've built around part of the island, which is a superhighway. And so unlike a lot of Africa, which of course, is still very wanting in terms of infrastructure, Réunion is basically like traveling to France in the tropics. An amazing place. And I particularly enjoyed my visit there, touring around, because what is most striking is that as you are along the coast, being in the tropical zone, the weather is warm. It's in the high 20s or 30, beautiful weather, beaches as well, not quite as nice as the beaches as in Mauritius, but still lovely for swimming in. But you drive from there in barely 30 minutes. You go up 1,500 meters in elevation, and you're in a completely different climatic zone. All of a sudden, it's cool. All of a sudden, you need a little bit of a jacket in the morning. So it lends to an interesting diversity of, again, culture and traditions, and agriculture, what they grow up on the top versus what they grow on the bottom of the island, and incredible scenery. We will be taking a short hike, a visit around Piton de la Fournaise, one of the volcanoes with a giant crater, and the scenery is just incredible. I've got some photos I'm showing during this video just to give you a sense of what you can expect to see in Réunion. So this is a really different way to spend a couple of weeks away. But the other interesting thing about this is that we have programmed this so that it fits adjacent to our Koh Samui Thailand LiveAway program. And you think, what does the South Indian Ocean have to do with Thailand? Well, actually, they have a non-stop flight between Bangkok and Réunion, so you can get there in about the same time that it takes to get from Canada to Europe. So it actually connects very well and lends itself to spending a couple of weeks in Thailand and a couple of weeks in the South Indian Ocean, exploring these amazing islands. So our program itinerary is out. The webinar link is there as well. Please do join us to find more about this incredible LiveAway program that we're going to be doing this coming February. I'm very excited about it. I hope you will be too. And as I say, many other programs that are coming out. So you'll see a whole list of links to our webinars on our newest itineraries down in the blog below. Please join me. Look forward to seeing you then.